What is going on? Are we live? We're good? We're
We
good?
are good.
Drop us a little bit of a hello in the chat if you guys can hear us. We want to make sure you guys are here. You can hear us loud and clear. See 100 people rolling in. Hello, hello, hello. Is it morning for you guys or afternoon? Let us know.
Can't be
I'm
morning.
afternoon. You're
It's
morning.
it's afternoon for me too. It's 12 o'clock.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right on the cusp, I
Yeah.
guess. Noon, 3 p.m. I got some 3 p.m. people shout out. EST, EST. All right, I love it. Yes, I am back. I saw a comment. You guys are gonna see my
People
face.
people were begging for you back. People were like, please, no more Tom Story, no Eric. We just want Emma. We just want Emma. What's going on here? We're duped. We're
No,
tricked.
you guys will be bored of me by the end of today, I'm sure. But are you guys ready? We got a kick ass topic for you guys today. And you know what? I want to give you guys a shout out though before we even get started. Dude, you guys have been crushing it. I have so many uh comments and notifications on my Instagram of you guys finishing your lead magnets. A bunch of you guys, I got tagged from Tom's email yesterday. You guys are sending it out. We're getting screenshots of you guys getting responses back. And it's freaking the beginning of day 3. We're not even halfway there, and you guys are absolutely tearing it up. So I just want to give you guys a big shout out. You guys are absolutely crushing it. I'm stoked to see what you guys are getting accomplished. So congrats. Um, Today you guys are going to learn about how to build an audience on social media, right? So, how to start building an audience in a community, and then how to actually share that lead magnet on social media so that we can start converting and getting you guys some more leads. And who better to teach you how to grow a freaking audience on social media than the GOAT, Mr. Eric Simon? And you're going to be joined by special guest Jill later today, too.
That is
I know
correct.
I gave Jill a shout out on Monday. She deserves another big shout out from you guys, and she's going to be here to do a little demo for you guys later today. But I'll let you take it over, Eric, the goat.
Thank you,
Simon.
Emma. I appreciate that. That's a lot to live up to, calling me the GOAT. But make sure you stay to the end of this because we are going to go over mini chat with Jill. We're going to do an actual tutorial on how to set up your mini chat, not necessarily how to connect it to your accounts. That's something you can do yourself, but how to actually, write comment this, write DM this, what to put in the actual button that is being sent out. So make sure you stick to the end of this because that tutorial is going to be fantastic. All right, Emma, should I get into this?
Let's do it.
All right, how to send out your lead magnet. I'm going to tell you exactly how I broke down this presentation. First, I'm going to start how to build an audience, because if you don't build an audience and you're just sending out a lead magnet to nobody, no one's going to convert on that lead magnet. So I'm going to talk about how to optimize your profile, how to post your lead magnet, and then we are going to get into the mini chat tutorial from Jill. So in case you don't know me, which hopefully you should because this is my audience. This is our audience. I am Eric Simon. I am the Broke Agent. I am the co-founder of now BAM Media, of BAM Media. I started the Broke Agent back in 2015 and basically posted nothing but memes, Emma, for 3 straight years. It's all I did. Memes on Twitter, Facebook, and
That's how I
Instagram.
found out about you because I thought they were hilarious. So I definitely had
Exactly.
to
Well,
drop you a
thank you.
follow.
Thank you. That was the hook, the humor hook. And then I was like, what the hell am I going to do with these memes? What am I going to do with this audience? I gotta monetize this somehow, right? Like I obviously don't like being a real estate agent. What should I do? So Emma, I came up with the brilliant plan of coming up with a book, a hardback book called Commission Impossible Rogue Agent. It was a comic book, black and white, kind of more like a coloring book. I think I sold 5 copies. And there it is right here. It is Commission Impossible Rogue Agent. This is Ben Ackerman. This is the character I created, a little cartoon version of myself. Maybe he has a little bit more hair than I do right now.
I like
But
it.
basically, I was like, is this going to be what I do? Am I going to be like selling comic books or something? This is completely insane. I realized that the Instagram audience itself does not really convert. It is the email list. It is the email list that you own. It is the email list that actually is not at the mercy of an algorithm. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, you're always in the weeds of the algorithm. Do I post reels today? Do I post memes? Do I post still image posts? What's working today isn't the same thing that was working yesterday. Emma, it is extremely frustrating being in that algorithmic abyss. So the email list is what actually converts, and we do that by building lead magnets. So you're probably thinking, why am I listening to this moron? This guy hasn't sold real estate in 4 years. He basically just sits on these Zooms, these webinars, and drools in the background while Tom Story and Emma and all these, high character, not high character, I'm high character, but all these other, high operating people are, giving their presentations. Well, it's because I've been building ebooks and building lead magnets for years. So once I made that transition from Commission Impossible Rogue Agent to actually building an email list, I started doing free ebooks for my email list that evolved into the media company that BAM is. And in 2022, I combined forces with Byron Lazine to start BAM. And I think we are the lead magnet kings. We have posted so many lead magnets. A lot of you in this audience right now have probably, been introduced to our BAM ecosystem through one of these lead magnets, whether it was combining power and data from KCM or the Chat GPT for real estate agents or one of my 10,000 Instagram hacks ebooks. But Emma, we've picked up at least over 30,000 emails alone from these lead magnets. So this is absolutely working for us, and this could work for you as well. What do you think about that number? 30,000, Emma. Pretty big, huh?
I think that's pretty good. Can I ask you a question? Maybe we're
Please
getting
do.
there, but I do have a
Yes.
quick question. How often are you recycling them? Because I'm sure this is a question that you guys have is like, okay, let's say I've got, Emma taught me how to build lead magnets on Monday, and now I know how to do it. It's formulaic, but like I'm not going to build a lead magnet every week. So maybe I build 4. How often should I be recycling them now that you've got, so many in your repertoire?
Yeah, well, we aren't recycling them as much because a lot of ours are based off of these platforms that are constantly changing. So I could come up with an Instagram hack ebook or an Instagram algorithm ebook maybe every 2 or 3 months because so many different features are being added. Same with AI ebooks or, anything that we're talking about that's like specific to a platform. For an agent, if you have a buyer's guide or a seller's guide or an investor's guide, these are way more evergreen. So lucky for you, you don't have to keep changing it up. You should a little bit and update it with the times, of course, but these are way more evergreen pieces than the stuff that we're doing.
And look at how many people are in the chat right now saying, I'm a lead from your lead magnet. I'm a lead from your lead magnet. So I want you guys this is proof that it works, right? You might not have a huge audience right now, but what you're going to learn today is how to slowly start to build that audience. And it's proof that this stuff works because you guys wouldn't be here if we weren't actually implementing what we're teaching you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me know what lead magnet you came in from. Was it an Instagram hack ebook from 2019? Was it AI or was it just one of our chat bots for mini chat? Would you come here from Emma or Tom? So again, why the lead magnets worked is because I had a built-in audience. When I first started posting these lead magnets, Emma, I had probably 80,000 followers on Instagram. Every time I would post one of them on Instagram, I got about, 500 to 1,000 downloads. So if you don't have an audience, then you're basically dependent on ads. And ads are definitely a way to get exposure to a new audience and to get people to opt into your ebooks or to your lead magnets. But, on the very low end, you're going to be converting things at $1, $2, $3 per lead. And that's if you have great ad copy. That's if you really know what you're doing running these ads.
Yeah.
Probably not worth it at the beginning. You're going to be spending thousands of dollars to get 10, 20, 30 emails. So the first thing you got to do, Emma, is you got to optimize your profile. And then the second thing you got to do is build your audience, which is we're going to start there. So
all right, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Tell me what I'm doing wrong.
You're not doing anything wrong, but I'm going to give you the exact formula right here, how I built the audience on the Broke Agent and the BAM account on all accounts. And hopefully agents can implement this as well. And some of you may have heard this from my 7 pillars of Instagram, but I'm just going to run through this quickly before we get to the actual lead magnet section and how to set it out. So
Cool.
First is consistency. Emma, I am probably the most consistent poster in real estate history. Anybody that's been following me knows that every single day there is a Broke Agent post that is coming out. There's a BAM post that is coming out no matter what. So basically in 2018, 2019, I made the commitment to myself that I will be posting every single day on my Instagram and my Facebook and my Twitter and 5 to 8 Instagram stories a day. It's never come from a viral post or, a share from Ryan Serhant or something like that. Like this is, straight absolute grinding. And this is like the number one pillar that if I had, anything that you guys could take away from this, it's that consistent content is what's going to start building that database and that audience. The second thing Emma, is variety. So you'll notice on the Broke Agent account, it's never just reels. It's never just memes. It's reels, it's memes, it's screenshots of text conversations, it's bad real estate pics, it's green screens, it's reactions. And the same thing with our BAM account. It's marketing tips, it's news-based articles, it's market updates, it's clips from podcasts. If you have variety in your content on all platforms, whether it's short form versus long form versus community posts on YouTube versus, long form Twitter rants to short form, like that's really what keeps your audience more engaged. If you're just posting these high quality reels, these clips nonstop, people start to tune out, and it makes your engagement and your audience less interested in the sort of content that you're posting. So make sure you have
100%.
variety. The third thing is evolution. You got to evolve with these platforms. So, broadcast channels today, whether it's, remixes or Instagram Reels that came out in 2020, or Instagram Stories in 2017, or Facebook Reels or TikTok, like the new way vertical videos being shot. The way we've built this audience is by not harping on the past and being like, well, I've been making, horizontal listing videos my entire life. And, I make 5-minute long, boring videos that are great for YouTube, but aren't good for Instagram. You have to make content that's specific to the platform, and that you have to have the willingness to evolve. So that's been a huge foundation to us building our audience.
You
The
know what?
fourth,
It's so
yeah,
interesting that you said about the variety thing, and I just want to drop you guys a quick book recommendation. It's actually completely free. If you guys have Audible, it's a completely free audiobook. It's awesome. It's called Oversubscribed, and I taught Tom about this book, and there's this concept in there. It's called 7-Eleven 4, and it basically says for anybody to be able to like trust you or to get to know your brand, they need to spend 7 hours with you. They need to have at least 11 touch points, and they need to see you in on 4 different mediums. So like you just said, obviously we're doing everything that we can to like build the email list, but what you guys, to just echo what you said, Eric, is like having a variety of different places that you're showing up and different ways that you're showing up, whether it's static images, videos, carousels, all stories, whatever it happens to be. Like the variety is very important. It's called Oversubscribed. I'll drop it in here for you guys. It's an awesome book to help build trust with your audience, and like I said, it's totally free, so hopefully that was worth you guys coming today.
yeah, check out Oversubscribed. Also, you could just buy Commission Impossible still on Amazon. My comic book, you should purchase. I'm kidding. You shouldn't buy that. I don't think it'll
How much
even
did
be
you
shipped to
charge
you.
for it though? How much did
Like
you charge
28
for it?
bucks or something like that. I think I
Nice.
lost money on every sale. The 4 sales being my mother. So the fourth thing is community engagement. That is the social aspect of real estate. Everybody knows this at this point, but I need to emphasize it one more time. I built a lot of my audience on the Broke Agent and BAM by commenting on other accounts, by liking other photos, by engaging with the people that are consistently commenting back to me. So that's something you can't forget about. You can't just publish, you can't just post and ghost. You have to be consistently engaging with your community to encourage more engagement. This will help build your audience. Fifth thing is trend check. So this has been the number one way that I have, had posts explode, is by talking about something that is relevant in pop culture, whether it's Taylor Swift today. Is she a psyop? Is she not? I don't think she is. I like Taylor Swift. I'm rooting for them. Is it this, December when it's the holidays? It's February 14th. We got Valentine's Day. We got the Super Bowl coming up. I'm going to be doing some sort of Super Bowl meme. So always like making sure your content is relevant to the time that you're posting, and to like, the feeling of what's going on in the world at that time. Is it cold? Is it hot? What sort of season is it? You can't look at your content in a vacuum and be like, oh, this post was in December, but it should be like a summer post. It always has to be relevant to what you're talking about. Number 6 is competition. Always look at the other agents in your office or in your market and see what sort of content they're posting. Are they posting more than you? Are they posting less than you? If they are, crush them. Like I used to look at Inman News, Actually Agents, all these people as my competition. And it really helped me with my content, because I saw the sort of content that was working for them, and I figured out how to implement that in my business. The seventh thing is very important and doesn't get talked about enough, is auditing your content and actually taking a step back and being like, all right, I've been posting this stuff for 2 months. Is this actually converting? We do this every day in BAM, where we have these all hands meetings, and we look at our clips. Is this clip working? Are we just doing busy work here? Is this email converting? Am I just posting YouTube because the broke agent said to be consistent, but I'm looking at the views and they're not going anywhere? Like, you do have to take a step back every couple months and just look at your insights. Look what is getting retention. The eighth thing is diversify your platforms. We talked a little bit about this at the beginning, making sure that you don't pigeonhole yourself to just one platform. Like, if you go all in on Instagram, you could have that deleted. You could have your account hacked. Let me know in the comments. I bet there's a lot of people here who have had someone either try to hack their account or have had their account taken away or banned or shadow banned. It's awful. And if you put all of your social media eggs into one basket and another platform takes off, it's really going to screw you over. Have you ever had that happen to you, Emma?
I definitely have been shadow banned for something, which I didn't realize what it was at that point in time. But that goes back to why we're trying to move these on, like the objective of the online audience, and I know we're gonna get there, but the objective of the online audience, guys, is to figure out a way, how can I take them offline, right? How do I own that audience?
Yes,
Right now, yeah, it might be free for you to post, but if Instagram shuts down tomorrow, you're kind of screwed. When
correct.
it comes to email, if you've got a CSV file and Gmail says, no more, Eric, all good. You go to Outlook and you upload that CSV file and we continue on, right? So you guys really want to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to pull your online audience offline so that you own it.
Yeah, exactly. So the final thing is getting out of your comfort zone. This is kind of cringe to say, but it's like, and kind of like cliche, but it really, like, the best version of your content is kind of on the other end of your comfort zone, right? Like, I hated doing video at first. We started the Overask podcast with Matt. I wasn't even on it. I was in the background. I was helping out with the questions and the editing. Like, I didn't even want to be on that podcast. I don't like doing webinars, like, but I know that I have to, and that it's like a skill that I have to get better at, right? So getting out of
For
your
sure.
comfort zone is really important. So if you haven't got on video yet, or you know that there's something on the other end of your content journey, you got to make sure to do that.
And guess what? When you guys do it, if you're scared of doing it, you're probably gonna suck at the beginning. I sucked for sure. I probably still suck. I'm okay with it though. And like, how did you feel about the first episode that you guys recorded? When you look back, you're like, oh my God, I can't believe
Oh
I
my
did
God,
that.
my heart was pounding. I felt like I was in a scary vacuum. It was just like me and Matt, and we were interviewing, and it was so nerve wracking. But you get so much better at it the more consistent you are, the more you're on camera, the better.
Yes, and
So
that goes back to someone just mentioned, can you audit your can you let us know how you audit your content? And this is all part of the strategy, is like, post stuff. It's gonna, like, you guys are gonna like, you're like, oh, that was so cringeworthy that I did that. But as you look at your performance, you're like, I'm not going to do that again, or I will do that. That actually performed way better than I expected. So, if I can give you any insights on my side, Kaya, I have it every Tuesday with my team, is where we go back and we just look at our performance of the content that we released beforehand. And I have our ops manager pulls our stats. So we go like, that worked, that didn't work, that didn't work. So Eric does it daily. I just do it every week. And just have something in your calendar where you go and look at your performance, see which ones are working for you and which ones aren't. Do more of what's working and drop the ones that aren't working.
yeah, if you have an Instagram, business profile or a creator profile, you have those built-in insights. So you could swipe up on your reels. You could look at your actual carousel and feed posts and see, is this getting shares? Is this getting likes? Is this getting comments? Okay, if it isn't, then what do I need to stop doing? If it is, then what do I need to replicate? Same thing with your mailing list. If you're sending out emails, look at your open rate and look at your click-through rate every single time and be like, was that subject line too long? Okay, well,
Yeah.
should I put a different emoji in there? Should I have more preview text? Like, this is the stuff that I get off on, basically, is doing that.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so now that you have your audience, after you did those 9 pillars of building your brand, you have to optimize your profile. This is probably the best Instagram profile that I've seen. One of the best. It's by Move Me to Tennessee. Shout out Marie Lee from Tennessee. She's been a frequent guest on the walkthrough. She's fantastic, and she's great at doing lead generation guides and everything. So it's really important that you optimize your profile when you get discovered through your content. I'm going to run through this real quick, Emma, but basically what you need is in your in your username where it shows Move Me to Tennessee, and
Yeah.
then in your first line, those are the only 2 things in your profile that are actual searchable, like through SEO. So if you don't have your location or that you're an actual real estate agent in your username or your first line, then you're not going to be searchable. And this is all, getting to the point of setting up lead magnets, but you got to make sure you have that. And then what's great about her profile is she has right here freebies plus consults. And then she has a link below, and this goes straight to her lead magnets. So she's got
Dude,
a call
that's
to action.
so
Yeah, go ahead.
simple but so effective. I love that.
It is. And I don't know if I would use the word freebies necessarily if I'm a real estate agent, because she's trying to reach other real estate agents as well. But your audience is expecting you to give them free resources. It's not like you're going to be charging for a first-time buyer's guide. And if you
Yeah.
do and you find success at that, let me know, because I would love to start selling something like that. That'd be fantastic. Another thing she has is great Instagram highlights as well, but I'll get more in depth in that in a second. So here's how to plug lead magnets. Now we're getting to the meat of it, Emma. So you have your audience, you have your profile optimized. Now it's time to plug lead magnets in your Instagram bio. So here we go. We're going to start with Move Me to Tennessee. She's got freebies right there, but this is some of the language I would use to get more clicks. Download my buyer's guide, download my seller's guide, download my investor's guide, looking to buy a home, ? The foodie's guide to whatever, or everything you need to know about Nashville, link down below. So you always got to have some sort of emoji or call to action. And then you want to have a very simple URL right there. She has a link tree. There's a lot of kind of differing opinions on this. I like to have just one link, because I think if you go to a link tree, sometimes it's causing analysis paralysis, and it's just too many places to click, right? Like if you're trying to get someone to click on something on an email, instead of like explaining everything or giving them a bunch of different options, sometimes it's good to just have one link.
Yeah.
So what she has in her link tree though is a really good setup. So if you do want to go the link tree option, she has work with me. Here's a 15-minute call. She's got a link to her Nashville hot take newsletter. And then you got the buyer's guide right there. So that's where the lead magnet is. If I was her, or if I was, switching up the language in my profile and I'm talking about downloading a buyer guide, I would make this the #1 slot, because that's what's probably going to net her the most emails. But, her goals might be different than what my goals would be. So
Yep.
once you click on download your free buying guide, takes you straight to something like you were talking about, Emma, on the first day. Very simple landing page, get your free buyer guide, gives you the value right there. And then there you go. Put in your email address right there. Let me know if I'm going too fast in the chat, or if this is
I honestly, I think
remotely
she did a great
interesting.
job with this. It's super simple. It's clean. It's not other than the link tree thing. I agree with you on that. Is it could be, you could get analysis paralysis by having too many options and not knowing what to select. But her, great, simple, clean design, very easy for someone to understand what to do.
Yeah.
I think oftentimes we're thinking like, I need to like throw so much stuff on this page. And it's like, if you have way too much text or it's too confusing, people are like, I don't know what to do. Her opt-in was so simple. It was like name, email, and there was essentially like, that is the simplest opt-in page you can make. That thing will work well because no one's going to be confused. They're going to know exactly what to do.
Exactly. And I kind of just pulled that analysis paralysis thing right out of my ass. I've heard someone else say that, and I just parroted that, to be honest. So let me know in the comments, do you get analysis paralysis? Is that even a thing? Like, I don't think I actually would get that. If I clicked
That
on a
is
link
me
tree.
to I think I said that on Monday because that is me to a T, man.
Okay.
I'm just constantly like, what the hell do I do here? And then I'm
Okay. So
like,
all right. So you do
and
have
we all
analysis
have, I
paralysis.
mean, I don't know if I'm the only one who has like ADHD, but if I'm on a landing page for too long and then something happens over here, I'm over here and I
Right.
forgot about the landing page. So
That's true.
let me just do the thing start to finish as quickly as possible. And if you give them too many options, if anybody's like me on that, I will never complete it.
In conclusion, simple link is the move to go. All right. So again, what I just went over is a very passive way to get leads, right? A lot of people are going to be coming across your profile because they followed one of your reels. The chances they actually click in your bio, not a very good percentage, right? But you may be picking up a few a year, 10, 20, 30.
Yeah.
That's not really
Yeah.
what's going to drive the most engagement. What will is something we're about to get into. But here's another kind of passive way to do it, is plugging lead magnets in your Instagram story highlights. So this is some psychopath this guy's great. This is Brock 11 Johnson. He's an Instagram coach. He does really cringy dances, but he's a great guy to follow that could help you out with your Instagram algorithm hacks. And my point is with this is anytime you plug a lead magnet in your story, which we're about to get to, I would definitely save it to an Instagram highlight. So what I would do is this is the Broke Agent page right now. I need to switch this up. But if I were you, I would have different highlights right here of different guides. So it just
Cool.
gives them more to look at. It gives them more options to actually download these guides. So you could have buyer's guide here, seller's guide, young professionals guide, just all your guides basically on your Instagram highlights.
And so
All
if
right.
you go to your ebooks, it just
Yep.
scrolls through each of the ebooks that you guys have available. Is that right?
Yes. So I need to
Okay.
update this too. This is from 69 Classics, 69 weeks ago. A door knocking ebook that I did with James and David. Um, and yeah, I would, you could either have one highlight that has all of your guides in one, or you could
Yep.
differentiate it. I would
Awesome.
differentiate it probably.
I like that a lot. That's a really good strategy.
Genius, right?
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. It's about to get more genius. So Instagram stories, this is the best place to send out your lead magnet. This is how I have probably received 70% of our leads is from Instagram stories. So the first option is really simple. You're going to go create mode on your Instagram story. So on Instagram, you're going to click story, then there's create mode. You're going to use very simple text, and then you're going to have the call to action. This is exactly what Tom's story was showing. I guess it was yesterday, this week. Okay, we're only on day 3 right now. This is
That's what
crazy.
I'm
We
saying.
still
I
got 2
know
more
we've gone
days of
through a
this.
lot. We've gone through
Yeah.
a lot.
So yesterday, Tom's story had on create mode, and he had his referral link. And I saw a bunch of people actually from this challenge post that, and they were doing that themselves. So that's awesome that people are actually utilizing that already. So what it is this. Create mode, you go black background or white background or any background really. Simple, legible text. Don't do any of that like cursive bullshit or anything ridiculous. You don't want a bunch of emojis popping up or anything that's going to distract you from the actual message. These are some examples that you can screenshot and take away from here. If you're thinking about selling your home this year, the first thing you're going to want to do is download this guide. So I put the call to action right as the button. I rename the link button as the call to action. Here's another example. Everything you need to know about buying a condo in Toronto, get it here, button right there. You see how simple that is, Emma? You're going to click on that.
Oh, absolutely. Again, when we were talking about simplicity being the key, I can imagine that these convert really, really well.
These convert extremely well. And you've probably seen these all over the Broke Agent. I just did this. We just had an interview with Ryan Serhant, and I just plugged it this exact same way. Sometimes it's better than doing the thumbnail of your YouTube video or doing, a picture of the actual ebook, because
Yep.
it's too much,
Yeah. I just saw someone's comment, so I'm just gonna open this back up. Heather. People when that goes to a link where it says download it here, that's gonna open up the landing page.
Correct.
And that's where someone's going to put in their email. So they're not necessarily putting their email in directly in Instagram. That is a link that goes to the page. So you want to make sure that the page that you're linking to is simple and clean. Just like the Instagram profile that you showed us, Move Me to Tennessee, how she had that simple, clean opt-in page. That would be perfect here.
Exactly. And it's a good point by whoever just commented that. You can actually, and I should have included this in the presentation, but in a question box on Instagram, you can just say, drop me your email. So you can say, submit your email here and I'll send you this guy, but then you have to do it manually. So I don't necessarily recommend do that, but that is another way to get people's emails. Here's just some more examples of text I would use. The Foodie's Guide to Downtown Tucson. Shout out anybody from Arizona. I'm from Tucson. Download it here. And
if you guys aren't screenshotting these, you are missing a huge opportunity, because he is giving you 1,000 ideas right now that you guys can just swipe and deploy. You should be writing these down.
And one of my favorite tactics, this always works. Want my guide on how to buy your first investment property, and you answer your question with the link. I always say that. You want to know more about the Instagram algorithm? Yes. Well, of course you do. So you're basically answering the question. Some people might even get tricked into thinking that just clicking yes is them answering the question. Boom, they're in your landing page. Boom, they're in your ecosystem. Upsell, destroy them.
I love it. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but have you used polls for this? Because that is okay. So I'll give you one of my secret hacks. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll use a poll and I'll ask a question, and it'll be like yes or no, right? So I'll give you an example. It'll be like, I'm doing a property valuation update for my client. Would you be interested in knowing what the value of your home is? Yes or no? Everybody that clicks yes, you just start a conversation with them as a DM. It's like, hey, I saw that you commented yes. Did you want me to pull that for you?
Yep.
Right. So with this, we're obviously doing whatever we can to collect as many leads as possible. This is driving someone to a landing page and getting them to opt in. But if you're like, I can't even figure out all that tech, do a poll with a yes or no answer. People answer the poll and then just DM the people that answer yes. And if people
Yep.
answer no, that's all good because they're already identifying themselves as being interested in the thing.
Exactly. Which leads me to, if you are plugging a link in stories, do something engaging. So you can't even start with a poll like, are you a first-time home buyer? Yes, no. Then the next page leads to something. I like to have a hook before sometimes I even plug the ebook. So this says, if you're thinking about buying a home this year, you're going to want to download our buyer's guide. And then I can plug the link just as a link itself. So rule of thumb, if you're plugging a link in your story, the last thing in your story for that 24-hour period has to be the link. Because if you try to, I used to think that you have to sandwich it between something else engaging to keep the engagement going up. But if you see something after a link in a story, if you're scrolling through someone's Instagram story and you see that there's another one afterwards, you're most likely going to click to that because you just want to see what's next. You already
Right.
see that they're trying to get you to go on a link. You're already pissed off. So you're just going to go to the next story. My whole thing is set up the Instagram story with something engaging at the beginning that gets DMs, and then plug the link, and then peace out for the rest of the day.
Yep. So, and have you tested? So you're basically saying when you if you launch a story, you basically have a 2-pager, right? The first thing is the hook and the second page is the link. And on the other ones that we showed, everything was all on one page. Are you testing both of those to see if you
Yeah,
get more engagement that scroll through?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll start with something that's completely irrelevant to the link, but I know that
Yeah.
it's going to get DM. So I'll do like a funny text conversation or a bad real estate pick,
Yeah.
and I'll ask a question. I'll say like, what do you think of this? Or you think that toilet should be upside down? And then I get a ton of responses that gets the story engagement up. And then I kind of build up to the link that I'm going to plug later on.
Cool,
So
cool, cool.
if you're posting an Instagram story with a link with a lead magnet, you really got to focus on doing that. Because if you start it with a reshare, here we go, right here. Like, if you let me just get to this and then I'll get to what I was about to say. Plugging other links in a 24-hour period is a really bad idea. So if you have multiple links in the same Instagram story, that'll destroy your engagement. You're already telling people to get off the platform because they're hitting that link. You don't want to keep telling Instagram that. We have to do that on our Now BAM account because we're publishing so much content. But if you're an agent, you don't want to have a link to your listing website, then your YouTube channel, then your lead magnet, because you already got people clicking so many links. Instagram's going to be like, bounce this person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not showing their content to anybody.
Especially if you're bouncing them to YouTube, right? Because it's Google versus Facebook at that point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube always seems tougher to plug than like a landing page. So yeah, don't plug links in the same 24 hours. Start your story with something engagement. Here's another one. I made this last night when I was creating these slides, and I did hate myself. And basically, you could go selfie mode
That is
with the
so good.
camera in a link.
It's so good.
So, we just showed you create mode. Another way to do it is you could either take a picture of yourself, take a picture of the ebook, whatever, and then plug the actual link, or flip the camera around and talk about what's in your lead magnet. You could be like, hey, I have this entire guide for first-time home buyers. There's so much value in it. Click this link right here. Or you could actually just say you hate yourself. I bet people are going to click that.
Honestly, I was just about to say, can we just do a quick vote in the chat right now if Eric should post if Eric should post this after we're done? Yes, I love this. This might be one of the best things I've ever seen. You have a pretty much unanimous vote of like 500 people here that are saying that you need to
Yeah.
post this.
Let me know if you
We
hate
need-
me in the chat too. Type I hate Eric if you hate me. I do want to know that. I
That's
feel like there's a
honestly that
growing
is an
anger against me.
amazing post, man. I love that. It's funny.
So here's another one. You think I would have worn a hat for this or a yarmulke or something to cover up my receding hairline, which is embarrassing, but Instagram stories. So this is a Chris Smith strategy. Chris Smith, conversion code genius, lead converter.
Exactly what to say, author.
Exactly what to say, author.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't read books, but I besides Commission Impossible, but yes, he did write that. What I recommend and what he recommends is taking out your lead magnet. So you print it out. You print out your buyer's guide or your investor guide. You actually pick through it. Like you hold it next to you, you flip the pages, and then you have a link because that's creating FOMO. People are like, what the hell is that? Like, I want access to all that. That looks incredible. So do that and then say, want access to the worst book of all time. That's actually Commission Impossible right there. Click this.
That's awesome. And that works really well for Facebook ads too. If you guys are running ads, having a
Ads, yeah.
physical copy of the thing works really well.
Yeah. Did anyone say they hated me in the comments?
Very few, but there were a couple.
Who? Call them out by
Sean
name.
Preston just dropped the last comment in there. I hate an Eric. Oh, just not this one. Never mind. It wasn't you. It was just
Okay,
a
good,
different
good.
Eric. Okay,
All right,
cool.
we're
Yeah,
good.
we're
We're
good.
good. All
All
right.
right.
All positive vibes in the
Sorry,
chat here.
Sean Preston. I almost put you on blast for no reason.
All right. Another way to do this. So I just talked about showing proof by printing out your lead magnet. You could also just screenshot it, right? So this is actually from Marie Lee's buyer's guide. So it talks about the mortgage process right here. It's kind of hard to see, but this creates FOMOs, or this creates FOMO where you take a picture of it, say, want the full thing, get it here. So take
Yep.
screenshots of the email that you're sending out, take screenshots of your lead magnet, and make people feel like they have to get in on this, right? Like they
For
want to
sure.
download this. All right. So we talked about Instagram stories. We talked about plugging links. Now it's time to get to the holy grail, the Mecca, ManyChat. Not MiniChat, ManyChat. Let me know in the comments. Comment the word yes if you have used ManyChat before. Comment the word yes if you have engaged with one of my ManyChats before. How are the comments going?
Oh, the comments are blowing up right now.
That'd be
A
great if
lot of
this
you know
was
what? A lot of yeses, a couple no's in there. And for those of you guys that say no, your minds are going to be blown today. And for those of you guys that say yes, I hope we can teach you a couple of different things that you can use if you've already got ManyChat set up to make it more effective for you.
Exactly. That would be great if they actually commented the word yes and we already had an automation that was just sending them shit immediately and somehow we automated this entire
We
chat. That
should
would
have
be
done
so
that. We should have been
meta.
more ahead of this.
I know that would have been great. All right. So ManyChat are the DM bot automation. So you've seen these probably on my account, the
Yep.
BAM accounts, Ricky Caruth, Tom Ferry, like every marketer worth their salt right now is using ManyChats because it gets engagement, it gets DMs. Links kill your engagement. I'm not saying not to use them. You still want to pepper them in occasionally on your Instagram stories, but the most effective way is getting people to actually send you a message or comment on one of your posts. Here's the strategy. Screenshot this too. You see that little alert thing, the police siren right there? That's the hook. If you're scrolling on a story, you see that thing, you're gonna be like, holy shit, I gotta stop. What is this guy gonna say? Oh, classic. He's inviting me to the lead gen challenge again. I've already, subscribed 15 times. That's ridiculous. Fuck this guy. You gotta
Fuck this
put
guy. I'm not showing up.
exactly. So you put something up there at the top that captures their attention, and you kind of set this up the same way that you would an Instagram story link. So thinking about buying a rental property, you're already hooked. Oh, yeah, you know what? I am kind of thinking about buying a rental property. DM me the word yes, and I'll send you a step-by-step guide on where to start. Now all they do is DM you. The ManyChat bot takes over, sends them a message back, and gives them a link to that guide. Stay tuned to the end because we're going to show you a tutorial on how to actually set those up, but I'm just going over the strategy right now. All right, so this is the one I used for a 5-gen lead gen challenge. 5-day lead gen challenge. This is a good thing that you could do with your lead magnet too, is actually like provide some context as to what's in the actual lead magnet. What sort of value are they going to get? So mix it up and see what actually works. Is it better if you go shorthand and just say, do you want your investor's guide? Or is it better if you list 5 things that they're going to get? Don't say this is free. Again, that's something I'm doing just so people know that, this event is free, but mix it up by saying comment or DM this word and I will send you the invite.
Yeah.
You can either say DM or you could say comment. It's kind of the same action, but I like to do both sometimes just to make sure that I hit them with both.
Yeah, and just to rewind for you guys, because I think there
Yep.
were a couple people that might be confused in the chat. Just saw Brandon's comment. Essentially, what this is, to boil it down to its simplest form, this is a tool that automates a response for you. So if I was to message Eric the word challenge on Instagram, Eric's not responding to 1,800 people that signed up for the challenge. It's an automation that gets triggered to automatically send the thing out to somebody. And the reason why it works so well, like Eric mentioned before, if you have links in your stories and you're constantly sending people outside of the platform, obviously Instagram doesn't love that. They want people to use the platform as much as possible. So when you say comment the word challenge, all of that engagement is happening within the actual comments on Instagram. So you're encouraging more engagement on the platform. And that's why the strategy works so well. And we're going to show you guys how to set up the ManyChat, but it's an awesome strategy because Instagram loves it. You're getting way more engagement with your account. You're actually opening up communication and conversations with people, and you don't even have to send the link. The tool sends the link for you.
the key with all of your content, like you said, Emma, is to get people into your database, right? And the
Yeah.
initial key with your content is to get people into your DMs for them to take some sort of action on it. So if
Yep.
you're saying in your Instagram reel, comment the word this, that's going into your DMs. This is taking people into their DMs as well.
Yep.
I'm going to show you some more
So
examples.
Bill, the answer to that is with the ManyChat, you can either do an ungated thing and just send them the link. It depends on what you want to do. Or you can say, hey, you can go here and get it. But now you're having a conversation with them in the DM and you can just continue to have the conversation. There's no point in sending them an email and then trying to have an email conversation. You're having it already.
Yes. Some other comments like, does any word work? No, you could specify the word.
Yes.
Any word would be psychotic. Then anytime you got a DM, you would just be sending out many chats. And I'm going to go over like best practices as Jill sets up the tutorial to just like explain, briefly. But I mean, we don't have much time here, so I'm going to power through
this
these.
will make a lot more sense to you guys very shortly.
Yeah. So this is another strategy. Ricky Caruth, he likes to go long text. So he likes to give a lot of information. Then he says comment ebook to download it for free. He's great and very effective at that. You could also have the ManyChat do emojis. So you always want the word to be something simple. You don't want them to say, comment the word Mississippi. Everyone knows how to spell that, but you don't want to say comment the word super califragilisticexpialidocious, right? Whatever that word is, because you wouldn't get any DMs. So you could do something simple like this. If you want a guide to the 10 best Valentine's Day dinners under $100, comment the word heart right there. You're going to get so many DMs from that. So story takeaways, ManyChat over links. If you do use links, only do one per day. Start your story with something engaging. Always A/B test. So again, if you're always hitting people with ManyChats, which I feel like I've been doing too much, it's like every other day, join the lead gen challenge, join the BAM Pro Bowl, join this. It's like, shut the hell up, right? I bet a lot of people in the comments are probably like, I just want to see bad real estate pics and some memes. But it's important to know that a lot of people don't even see the initial stuff you post. So you do have to do it more than you think, because you're always hitting a slightly different audience and only less than 10% of people actually see your content. So anytime you think to yourself, damn, I'm like plugging too much, it's like, but what are you plugging? Are you plugging them something with value? Are you exchanging value for their email? If the answer is yes, and you're proud of that lead magnet that you built, you got to keep doing it. All right, now your Instagram feeds. How to plug a lead magnet in your feed. I like to tease the downloadable with like an Instagram swiper. So this is how we got people to come to one of our webinars. I created the problem about that agents don't have a PR strategy. So now you're kind of hooked in. I have this arrow right here. Then I explain what a PR strategy does. And then I say comment the word BAM to secure your spot. So you could do the same thing with a lead magnet, with a buyer's guide or a seller's guide. But what I want you to focus on here, Emma, is the way I position the copy in the caption. I don't bury the call to action at the very bottom. I have it directly up top. It says comment the word BAM and we'll send you an invite link to join, this webinar. Then I give a little bit more information and then I hit him again, comment the word BAM to attend. So I hit him 3 times, right? I hit him on the third swiper, hit him in the comments, and then I hit him in the caption. Sometimes I'll even post a comment and pin a comment with another ManyChat. So I'm hitting him as many times as possible to let them know you got to comment on this post. Let me know if these strategies make sense. Is everybody in the comments following this?
This is awesome.
What are people saying?
I really like the
I need some
multiple
affirmation
call to
here.
actions too.
No, die. We hate you.
It's all yes. We got a 100.
All right,
I like
perfect.
the 100.
Affirmation. Thank you.
Keep going. Let's go.
All right, here we go. All right, final thing, get your guide for free. This is a great strategy that we use with Lindsay Joe. If you want to learn the 3 strategies Lindsay used to grow her list to 1,000 emails, comment the word yes. That's a super simple way to get comments. Just literally give the call to action in the ManyChat right there on the post. Another way, do a green screen of your lead magnet, right? Kind of similar to the Instagram story technique. We just did this with our viral agent. Maybe some of you commented on this. I had a little subconscious hook with my red light mask right there. And I got people with FOMO. I said, we're about to send out this incredible email with hooks and social media strategy. We're going to send it out in 2 hours. Comment the word hook and I'll send you an invite link. Coffee and Contracts does a great job at this. Take your lead magnet, screen record it, and talk about it. And then throughout the video, make sure you say, comment the word this, and that's when it's going to get sent out to people. Yeah, look at the copy. We're about to send out our new marketing newsletter called the Viral Agent. If you want social media tips, algorithm updates, comment the word hook. And I always do an emoji pointed down that just really helps. And I put the actual text in quotes. Make sure when you set up the mini chat that you have all different versions of that word. So if your word is
Yes.
hook and you're setting up the mini chat, you want to put hooks as a word. You want to put hook exclamation mark. You want to put hook in quotes, because people are morons and they're going to comment a bunch of different things, right? They're going to misspell it sometimes. Sometimes like I'll put, hookers or something just in case someone accidentally comments that.
That would just
Look,
be one of your friends, though, wouldn't it?
exactly. Comment the word hookers if you want to link to my lead magnet. The story team also commented on this right there. So shout out him. So again, don't bury your call to action in a long caption. You got to keep it simple. You want to give them FOMO, give the call to action twice, and you want to use an emoji to let them know where to go. So that's how you plug it in your captions. Link in bio. So do you want to do this? Do you want to say on your Instagram post, or you could just download my guide by clicking the link in my bio? I don't think you really want to do that. The mini chat is so much more effective. This converts at basically less than 1%. It's not worth it. You're better off saying something like DM me the word. Another way is if you have a broadcast channel, which is a new Instagram feature, which is like a direct chat to everybody who opts in. You could be plugging your lead magnets in there. So I would start something like the Toronto housing market update, and that's your broadcast channel. You could give, weekly market updates on audio or video, and then drop all your lead magnets. You'll convert way higher there. And
Yep.
then,
And your broadcast channel is basically just like a group. For those of you guys that don't know, it's like having a group on Instagram, essentially.
yeah, exactly. So then plugging a lead on Facebook, you could go straight link. This is going to get shit engagement, not worth it. I would do this. I would go text. Straight, kind of similar how I'm doing it in my Instagram stories and my Instagram captions. Attention agents who want to improve their marketing. Look, there's your hook right there. I did those alert signs again. We're about to send out our brand new real estate marketing newsletter with IG Reels content ideas and hooks for real estate agents. If you want it, it's gold. Comment the word hook. Imagine doing that for one of your lead magnets in your Facebook page. Attention first-time homebuyers. Attention future investors. Attention young professionals. And then direct the comments. Look at that. See how many comments there, Emma?
It's looking pretty good.
1.2 thousand.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
All right. So we are going to do the mini chat tutorial at the end. But I want to kick it to Emma real quick about boot camp, which Tom Story brought up. And then we are going to finish with my mini chat tutorial with Jill.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know Tom talked to you guys about this. Well, for those of you guys that were here yesterday, but obviously this week is about getting you guys leads, right? However, we obviously only have so much time together this week. And so at the end of this week, that's kind of where this challenge ends, is getting you guys the leads. So after we wrap up here on Friday, you guys kind of have, I would say, 3 doors that are going to be presented to you. If we look at this, like, what's that game called? Not Wheel of Fortune. What's that other one?
I don't know.
The Price is Right. The Price is
There we
Right
go.
sometimes presents 3 doors, right? So the first door is like the slowest option, right? You wake up on Saturday and then you kind of go on this mission alone and you continue on what we taught you here, and that's totally fine, right? Door 2 is you go and you find somebody else that can be an accountability partner for you, and you guys make a plan to continue on what we taught you. Door 3 is for those of you guys that want the fastest option, and that's to join our community and to continue to hold each other accountable through the spring market to make sure that we're crushing it this year. And so if you've got all your systems dialed in and you're not interested in improving your business, you can feel free to tune me out for the next 5 minutes or couple minutes here. But if you are actually serious about taking your business to the next level, then I would honestly suggest just paying attention for the next couple minutes with me here, because we've had over 150 people through the boot camp. Tom and I have done it 3 times, and we have changed a lot of businesses through the boot camp. And I just want you guys to know, if you're on the call today, regardless of where you're at in your real estate journey, you can 100% make a massive change for the better in your business. Like, we've had new agents do their first deal. You guys will see there in the top right corner, that was from our last boot camp. We actually had 2 people in our last boot camp do over 100K in GCI in 8 weeks from the boot camp, which is insane. So we have overhauled people's businesses. And we'll get to the money back guarantee, but like, we have 2 money back guarantees for a reason. we believe in what we're doing. We've had 150 people come through the thing. Not one person has ever asked for their money back. But we'll get to that in a second. So those are just a couple of, couple things that people have accomplished there, but I want to kind of go through the weeks with you. Can you go to the next slide for me, Eric? So I just want to break down what we go through for the 8 weeks. So the first week, we set you guys up for success so that you know how to plan your week and how to plan your day to get the absolute most out of it. So we are going to hold you guys accountable to organizing your calendar and ensuring that you guys actually get the most out of the 8 weeks. So the first week is organizing your day, organizing your calendar, and showing you guys how we set up our weeks for success. Week 2, I changed last time to show you guys not only how I set up my CRM, so I show you like all of my tagging practices, how I segment my list. We talked about that being important with the lead magnets this week. So you're like, somebody downloads a renovation thing, they're probably an investor or somebody that wants to add some equity. I show you exactly my tagging processes. And then the last half is I show you all of the tools that I use for automation in my business, like how to set up DocuSign templates so that you don't have to keep like adding the initials in every single time. I show you everything that I use in my business to streamline it. So that week alone, I think is totally worth it just for like buying your time back. But then week 3, we go through lead generation, both organic and paid. So we go through Facebook ads there. And Tom goes through his 12-month connectivity plan to make sure that you guys know how to like get more business out of your existing database without necessarily having to pay if you don't have a huge budget. Week 4, I break down my buyer consultation, everything that happens from booking the call to getting the showing. So I'll give you all of my email templates that I send out. I go through exactly how I conduct the consultation via Zoom. So like what my opener is and how I transition into getting them to a showing and how I deliver value and add value in the buyer consultation. So I literally give you everything. The week 4 is actually like our internal training. It's like what Tom and I are showing you in the boot camp is like, they're actually the systems in our business. So if you guys have ever been like, I wonder how Tom does that, or I wonder how Eric or Emma does that, like we're just giving you the systems that we use, honestly. Tom goes through his listing presentation in as much detail as me on week 5. We have a sick guest speaker for you guys, which I'm not going to announce. Week 7, there are 2 things that I'm really good at, you guys. I'm not good at a lot of things, but there's 2 things I'm actually good at. It's converting leads and AI. All right. So we actually updated week 7 last time. I'm gonna have to update it again because a lot has changed even from Q4. But we talk about how agents can leverage AI in their business to buy their time back, especially for those of you that don't have a massive budget to like hire an assistant and do all that stuff. And then the last week we talk about how to get referrals and how to line yourself up for success for the rest of the year so that when we are done the 8 weeks, you have a very clear vision of how to continue to move on. So we're going to start that on the 12th of February. It's 1 p.m. every single week for 8 weeks. We go live for 2 hours. We do training. It's usually about an hour and a half. And then we do a Q&A after where we answer all of your questions. We have a private Facebook community where we are active in there. Like if anybody's been, I know there's a couple people that were in the boot camp here. That community is like, we're in there every single day answering questions for you guys. So you have a ton of support. Now, outside of the boot camp, because you guys are here on the challenge with us today, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of an extra boost. So this is only for those of you guys that actually take action by the end of the week. This will not exist next week, I promise you. So, like I said, the thing I'm good at is converting leads. I have built my entire business off of online leads, generating online leads and converting them over the phone to appointments. And so I'm going to give you guys our Sales Genius Phone Pro course, and that breaks down literally everything. So what to say in the intro of your call, how to transition into the body of the call, how you can actually build rapport and build trust with people very quickly over the phone to transition them into an appointment. And so literally we go through every single question that we ask, and then how to know if somebody's actually a qualified lead, because you guys have probably been there where you're like, people keep telling me to book appointments, and I'm booking appointments and I show up and they're very unqualified. And I just wasted an hour of my weekend with an unqualified person on Zoom. So this breaks down exactly how to qualify a lead to make sure that by the time you get to the appointment, you're not wasting your time because they just want to learn about whatever you have to offer them, but they're not ready to go for another 5 years. All right. So we typically charge $2,500 for that. We're going to give you guys that. Then we are going to go through the AI toolkit is what we have there next, right? So, do you have the screenshot of the tools that they get, Eric? Let me just see if that's in there or not.
Let's see.
That's okay. That's all right. We can go back there for one quick second. As a AI enthusiast and someone who is obsessed with it, I actually put together a toolkit of my favorite tools for you guys that I'll give you 4 months access to. So we've got like an email generator, you've got a Facebook ads generator in there. I'm trying to think of like, oh my God, there's like 16 or 17 AI tools that you guys will have access to. So I'll give you guys 4 months access to that, no problem. We typically charge $50 a month for that. You guys are going to get a 1-year access to BAM. So an annual subscription to BAM. Access to our Summer Surge Vault recordings, which are our attendees paid $2,000 to come to that training. And it was a 2-day intensive where we broke down the psychology of sales, how to automate your business, and then the organic lead gen blueprint. So you get all the recordings for that. And then the leads books are gone, I think, from yesterday. So the leads books, those of you guys that bought yesterday, you guys already took us up on that offer. So for those of you guys that are interested in having our support, we're just going to charge you for the boot camp and you guys get all the rest of that stuff for free. I'm happy to toss that in until Friday. All right. And then the last thing is I've done a lot of these things and I get like really kind of skeptical of it. So if you guys are sitting there and you're skeptical of it, like 100% get where you're coming from. So Tom and I stand behind everything that we put out. Like I promise you guys, we've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into this. We are super confident about what we're teaching. So we have 2 money back guarantees. If you come to the first session and you're like, I absolutely freaking hated this, is the worst thing I've ever spent money on, you tell us, we will give you your money back. You just can't come to the next sessions, obviously. So come to the first one. If you hate it, let us know. We'll give you your money back. You just won't have access to the rest of the bootcamp. Cool. Second thing is, we are going to give you homework, much like we have here. We give you homework to do every single week. If you don't have at least 1 new client signed by the end of the 8 weeks, we will give you your money back and we will give you a free 30-minute personal coaching session with one of us. The caveat is you have to come to the training every week and you have to do the homework. If you are not willing to put in the work, don't come. If you guys want to change your business and you are willing to sit down and you want our help for 8 weeks, honestly, I think is the best money that you could ever invest in your business. I'm obviously biased. We put the thing together, but we have spent 10 years refining what we're teaching you and we're opening up our playbook. So I would love to see some of you guys there. Some of you guys have already joined us, so thank you. And I'm looking forward to another kick-ass boot camp, and I'm really stoked to do it with you too, Eric. Like, this is going to be awesome to have you a part of it. And yeah, we are honored to be doing this with you.
Hell yeah. And BAMX members, VIP members who are now BAMX members, get 25% off this boot camp as well. So if you're in BAMX, you could use the discount code that you get when you sign up. Tom's Story, obviously, Emma Pace, they are legends in the game and know exactly what they're talking about. Highly recommend joining this. So now, Jill, let's get to the tutorial. It is time to start showing you guys how to set up a mini chat and how to send it out. You ready for this, Jill? The moment you've all been waiting for.
Can we do it in a minute?
Oh yeah. What were you doing back there? No,
Me?
yeah, we could do it in a minute. So this is what we're going to go over. We're going to go over how to do an Instagram story first, and then we're going to do how to set up a mini chat on your Instagram feed. We're going to run through this quickly, and then we can answer some more questions for the VIPs right after this. Sorry, we're running a little bit over, but we have to get to this because this is the most important aspect of this presentation.
All right, so we're gonna go over here. This is the dashboard for your ManyChat. Once you set that up, you can link it to different pages. Those will all show up as different accounts, but we'll just do one from the Broke Agent Media account here. And then this little symbol is for automation. So we're gonna start with a new automation. It automatically shows you a bunch of different templates that you can start with. So there's one for Instagram comments and one for Instagram stories, which are the two top most utilized ones by us. And you said you want to start with the story?
Yeah, let's start with an Instagram story. So you go to automations, you go to new automation, and then it's the second one right there where you go to Instagram story. New automation right there.
Yeah. And then Instagram
And by the
story.
way, you know, once you set up ManyChat, it integrates with your Facebook and your Instagram accounts. That's something that everybody here could do on their own.
Yep. So then you just set up a template. It gives you little shortcut pointers here that you can leave there and kind of the blueprint. So first you do what they're going to reply to your story with. So any
Yep.
story, you can set it up there, and then
So
you include the words.
So basically all stories, or you could do a specific story if you wanted them only to reply to one thing. So I like doing all stories because sometimes people forget about it and then send you a message later. We're going to set one up for our Real Estate Pro Bowl event, which is our free virtual event, February 7th. Ryan Serhant's keynoting it. Everybody here has to be in attendance for that. It's going to be epic. So this is exactly how we'd set it up. We'd say, you've probably seen me post this on the Broke Agent account where I say, comment or DM me the word pro, and we'll send you an invite to the Real Estate Pro Bowl. Notice what Jill did. She's a genius. She said pro. She said pro with an exclamation mark. She said pro with all caps. Although ManyChat should just pick that up, which I think it mostly does. I like to be safe, but there's one thing you forgot, Jill. You know what it is? Putting pro in quotations. There we go. Because or you know what? Put pros in there too, because sometimes people comment plural. There we go. So now you have all of your trigger words ready. You click save. People understanding this in the comments, Emma, let us know.
I also like to label these, so it just became this will be Pro Bowl promotion.
So just so you know, if you're watching this, like I watched Jill do this a bunch before I could even start doing this on my own. So like any sort of platform, it takes a lot of experience to just play around with, but we're just going to give you the best practices here. And then hopefully you could take away from this and figure it out. So then we like to put a little bit of text. So we'll just say, you know, register here. Yeah, grab your free tickets. I like to put an emoji down. Kind of similar to what we do in our Instagram captions and our Instagram stories. And then you put it in the button. So what did we do before where we weren't actually adding the button?
We would just add the link.
Just put the link in there. Yeah, I've done that as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what works better for you, Emma, but we like doing the button. I think the link kind of is unsightly.
Yeah, I like the button. I
unpleasing.
mean, it's like pretty much right there in their face. There's no way that anyone can really miss it. I think the button works a lot better.
Exactly. And again, very similar to what I was talking about in the Instagram stories. Grab your free tickets and then it says click here.
Yep.
So then you just plug your link right there and your ManyChat. You know, throw another little emoji.
And then we always tag them so we know how to market toward any person after the fact. So I'm going to add the action here.
Add them as Pro Bowl fools.
We already have the tag, so that's perfect. And then this is a follow-up, which you can include or not include if you want to engage with them more in their message. We have set this up before. I don't know if you feel like there's something you want to add as a follow-up.
No.
Can I give you guys a secret hack that works?
Yeah, give us a hack.
I was gonna save it for VIP, but I wanted to share it with everyone. You can take a selfie video. So like I'll do it in my story. I won't post it. I'll save it, right? And in 24 hours, you can send them the video. So it looks like you made them a custom video 24 hours later to ask them like, hey, did you get a chance to sign up for the thing? What was your feedback? Any feedback for me? And it looks like you made them a custom video. So if you want that personal touch, it works really well, especially for those of you guys that are getting buyer and seller leads. you know, if you're an agent and you're doing marketing and you're seeing this, you're going to know, like, we're not sending you a custom video. Eric's not sending you a custom video. But very few buyers or sellers would know that, like, they wouldn't know that this is happening. So you make one video and that video automatically follows up on your behalf for you, and you will convert leads like crazy with that.
Yeah, I saw a
Yeah, because you
question.
have all these options. Yeah.
I saw a question. If you put these stories in your highlights, you know, weeks, months later, will it still work? The answer is yes. So you could set the time limit for these. So if you want them, you know, on the story to expire, or you want it on a specific post, like for example, if I want to promote the Pro Bowl on a specific post, I would rather do that than have people always commenting the word pro. Because if someone accidentally comments the word professional on a post that has nothing to do with the Pro Bowl, they're still going to get a link for those tickets. So the answer is yes, but I would do it on a specific post. Actually, I wouldn't do it on a specific post because then it's there forever.
So yeah, I mean, we could include the video here or an image here, like just to give a little bit more context within the message feed. You know, if it's to get them to take that action.
Yep.
And it just
so
will
that's
send after 3 seconds. Boom.
so that's the mini chat setup for an Instagram story. I know that was really quick and probably hard to follow for some people. But you just got to play around with
Sorry,
it.
you have to set that live.
Yeah, set that live. But you just have to play around with it, and it'll become kind of like second nature after a while. So now we're just going to do one for an Instagram feed post, and it's basically the same setup except you start with a different automation, right?
Yep. The new automation here. And then this is the Instagram comments template. Set that up. And again, you get another video tutorial. So they kind of really do hold your hand through this. We're going to, this is what Eric was talking about. So for this one specifically, we might want to send them a link to the Ryan Serhant podcast that just went live.
Yeah. So let me clarify what I was saying. If you're going to use a word that you use consistently or that people will be commenting consistently, you want to do it on a specific post. So if I say comment the word BAM and a bunch of people are commenting the word BAM on other posts, just saying like, you know, BAM's awesome or love this content from BAM, and I'm still sending them mini chats from something that was from a post previously, it could be a nightmare because then people are like, why is this guy still sending me links? I don't know what's going on. So doing it on a specific post is better. In your stories for your highlights, you just want to do that forever, basically. So you could even say in your Instagram bio, you could say, DM me the word guide and I'll send you, you know, a first time buyer's guide. Like you'll see that in some people's profiles where it's just a permanent call to action about DMing them.
All right. So do you want to do one for the Pro Bowl for this?
Yeah, we'll do one for the Pro Bowl.
Select this Pro Bowl post.
There we go. So similar thing. We could just say comment the word BAM for this one. Sometimes you even want to put like whatever emoji comes up. So if you say like comment the word arm or something and the emoji pops up, you want to replace it with the emoji. So you just want to hit them with a bunch of different stuff that they may accidentally comment. Do you need to make the post first? No, you don't. So you could actually select the post afterwards. So you could have a mini chat to a post that exists, or you could say, I want this on my next post. And then your next post that's uploaded, then it'll have the mini chat attributed to that.
So you want to talk about the step where there's a public reply on that Instagram feed?
So the public reply, this is an important step, is you'll notice in our mini chats, we like to respond to people and let them know that we are DMing them back in the comments. Because not only does it give you more comment engagement, so if I say comment the word BAM to attend the Pro Bowl, you comment the word BAM, we're going to send you a link right there that says, awesome, sent you a link in the DM. Then that triggers them even more like, okay, awesome, they responded back to me, and now they're going to see it in the DMs. That's all automated too. Yes. All the comments.
That's a super hack. That's a super hack right there.
I mean, there's a reason why, like we just did this. Go right now. If you're watching this, go to our Now BAM Instagram account. By the way, everybody follow that account if you're not already. Go to our Now BAM Instagram account. Look at the most recent post that we just did with Ryan Serhant. And this is a textbook mini chat that I did. said comment Sirhant for the full interview. Then I gave a little bit more context. Bunch of people are commenting the word Sirhant, and then it says sent you a link in the DM. Check your DMs. You give them a little variation. They're all going to click and watch that video. Are we following this, everybody? Everybody enjoying this?
This is awesome.
Good. Went a little over here, but you know what? This is the value that they need.
100%. This is honestly, I'm telling you guys, we tried to make it A to Z, A to Z, whatever you want to say. We wanted the challenge to be as valuable as possible. You guys got the lead magnet. You have several different ways to collect leads. Now you guys know how to automate it and automate your responses. Tomorrow, Byron's going to teach you guys what the heck you should say when people sign up for this stuff. And then on Friday, we're going to tie it all together with a nice little bow and answer some of the most frequently asked questions that we've got. So you guys definitely want to be here for tomorrow and Friday for sure.
Exactly. So I think you guys get the picture. I know it's hard to follow, but Jill just set up a great mini chat for an Instagram feed post. We set one up for the stories. This will be recorded for all BAMX members and VIP members, because if you're a VIP member, you're also a BAMX member. So there you go. That is day 3 of the Lead Gen Challenge. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I hope you got value out of that presentation. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Jill, for the great presentation. And VIPers, we're going to head over to that link right now, and I'm going to answer questions from all of you. So, oh yeah, homework. Yes,
there's homework. Yeah,
there is. Okay, the homework is simple. You post a lead magnet in your Instagram story with a link, and then you post a lead magnet in your Instagram story with a mini chat, and then you tell me which is getting the most responses, which gives you the most downloads. Is it working when you're telling people to DM you, or is it working better if you do a link? So let me know. Sweet, everybody.
Love it, guys. We'll see you guys in the VIP room in a second to answer any questions that you've got.